season, Valentino danced to a Latin beat, sending a sizzling array of sexy, colorful looks down the catwalk.
Everybody loves to dance salsa. Everybody loves this look in America. And I think for a summer collection, I mean, nothing is better than to show a very sensuous girl without makeup, dressed with very, very nice thing, with some ruffle, flat sandals or high turquoise. And I think is sort of mixture of femininity, sensuous feeling, and also a little class.
Ruffles have been a career-long staple in Valentino's designs. So if anyone knows how to work a ruffle, it's Val.
Of course, when you use ruffle, you have to be very careful because people, they can be bored, and also they can think that it's too dolly, then it's too frou-frou, you know. But I use it in a certain proportion. I use it very, very floppy. I use it not with lots of material. So this means then the ruffle, they caress the body and they are less aggressive.
I like this collection a lot. I like the simplicity of it. Actually, it sounds funny to say simple with Valentino because of the ruffles and but you know, it's just basically a top and a skirt or a top and a pair of, you know, ruffled pants. It has a light attitude about it. It's got a ton of things in it. So there's a little ruffled shirt that came out at the end with like a 3/4 length sleeve with a ruffled sort of point at the end, and over a corset, take away the corset, and you have a great, you know, a great shirt.
Red is Valentino's signature color, and this season he punched it up for added pizzazz, along with a display of other dazzling shades.
For the first time, I put color, very bright color in my collection. I did it on purpose, to put more red in the collection, to not to put makeup in the girl, and not to distract the audience with girls with makeup and faces too complicated, just to focus the clothes. For this season, red was very brilliant. The green, they were very brilliant. The turquoise was very brilliant. I really want to give some joy this morning, to distract the people and to let them watch this collection and to have half an hour of joy.
To be brave is not enough. Why fashion? I use my hands a lot. I smell the material.
Yes.
It's just with the smell I recognize the British textile and the French textiles. My father was my teacher, of course.
What did you learn from your father?
What I learned most is the rigor and the intellectual honesty.
Go ahead and break them chains.
I never worn a ready-to-wear jacket for me.
Never.
Impossible.
Where do you go get your...
My older brother.
He's a tailor.
Was a tailor too.
Yes.
He remained in Aix-en-Provence.
Yes.
He was in my jacket.
Still today?
Yeah, of course. And I said to him, listen, the sleeve has to be here.
Only heart and lost in the rain. Got to find a way. Got to find a way. Got to break.
I had a real loving friend, a female. I was so attracted by her, so seduced by her. And she said to me, because she recognized something somewhere, I don't know what you should do someday, you leave X, you never go back, and then you get to Paris, and you do what you want to do. And then I saw a movie with Anouk Aimé about meeting. No?
Yes.
And that was fascinated me. And I said, I have to be there. Jean Dior was the king at the time,
Yes.
but I knew there was someone very secret in the fashion business,
Balenciaga?
of course. I tried. I knocked at all the doors.
Yes.
And finally, I find a friend of mine from the south of France too, doing hats, Jean Barthé. Jean Barthé knew someone working at Balenciaga. That man was André Courage. And André Courage was going to leave the house of Balenciaga, and he wanted to introduce someone, not to replace him because he was there for 10 years, but to get inside of the, the same way.
Go ahead and break them chains. Never take the chances at the
I was calling every day
This is to the maestro,
Courage
to Balenciaga.
to come in Balenciaga. Finally, it was a nightmare.
What was Cristobal like as a person?
Incredibly kind, incredibly warm, incredibly shy, so strong. It was just an explosion inside. Someone was exploded outside too.
Clear.
chains.
Why wasn't he as big as Dior in those days?
That's a long story. First of all, because Christian Dior was very French. And Christian Dior was involved with the press. He was le chéri de ces dames. He was so fragile, he was so kind, he was so ready for interviews and photos and so on and so on. He was himself was a spectacle.
Clear.
And he was doing, things that pleased very much to the lady of the moment. Instead of that, Balenciaga was so secret, was so shy, but he was so modern.
Yes.
He had 10 years in advance of the others. And Mr. Dior himself said, we have a master, it's Balenciaga. All the modernity of today is born there. His assistant, after his death, I wrote many things about him. They were surprised the way I knew him. I stole the knowledge.
Yes.
Being just because he never talked.
He never talked?
No, never talked.
What do you mean he never
He
talked?
never explained to you, you have to do that to have that. I was there
Yes, behind him.
and giving things to him.
Yes.
And I knew before, he knew himself that he wanted to need this pencil. He
Yes.
had the pencil in the hands. That's a proof of love, you understand? I'm listening every morning the string quartet from Beethoven because I want to make a collection really with the same architecture of the thinking, because there you have the entire world.
Long lunches, shopping on Rodeo Drive, hair and nail appointments at Pop.